gentlemen, boys and girls, today is a wonderful video. I have waited exactly 365 days to be able to make this video, and I'm super glad that you're here with me today. Today, as the title suggests, is 1 year, 365 days since I quit nicotine, quit vaping, and I can't wait to show you guys kind of the journey, the ups and downs, my thought processes, and tips if you're trying to quit vaping this year on how I can help you do that. Okay, so without further ado, I want to get right into it. Today's going to hopefully not be too long of a video. I just kind of want to talk to you guys. This is in the office. If you guys are here, down a little bit different. We got the green wall and the lights set up. So I thought I'd give you guys a little different background than what we're used to. But nonetheless, vaping, nicotine, right? So I know a lot of you guys, you are not like how I started. I actually started off as a full-time cigarette smoker. I know, disgusting, but I was in the service industry as a server for a long time, and it was kind of normal. It was the only way to get a 10-15 minute break. And, I just kind of fell into the trap. I would go, and this was something I had been doing since the time I was about 18 years old till last year. So almost 10 years of nicotine. Wow, that's crazy. Almost 10 years of nicotine use. I guess I always thought it was only like 5, but it was really almost 10 that I had started. And it was something I never thought that I would actually struggle with, because for me, like it may be for you guys, it was just something I did when I went out to party, or maybe when I was with some friends and we were drinking. Maybe I would have like a cigar or something like that. It wasn't really like a habitual daily thing until I decided to make the step into smoking actually cigarettes. And then that was just crazy. So in October of 2021, I had made the switch from cigarettes to vaping, thinking that I would be healthier, but not really. I just wanted my clothes to smell better, and I didn't want it to stick out so bad that I was the nicotine smoker, right? Because you can kind of be undercover as a vapor. Nobody really knows. Whereas if you smoke cigarettes, right, like the smell is very deep on your clothing. So that was kind of the journey I went there. But then what happened was, unbeknownst to me, it was way harder to quit vaping than it is smoking cigarettes. Because when I wanted to go smoke a cigarette, I had to go all the way outside, get a lighter, light it up. You know the drill. But my vape, I could keep with me 100% of the time. Everywhere I went, no matter where I was, I could hide and hid it somewhere, so have you. And I guess what led me up to actually quitting was one day, it was just a random day. I obviously didn't say, it had been in the back burner in my mind for like weeks. Like, I don't know, maybe you guys are in that place now where I was kind of stuck in this place of like, I know I should. I probably should. It would probably be great if I quit vaping, right? Like started going to the gym, all the above. So I was thinking like this. And then one day, I don't know what it was, my wife was like, hey, like some people have died from holes in their lungs from those. And I kind of just like look, and I remember looking at this breeze in my hand and thinking, that's crazy, but surely it wouldn't happen to me. And then it was like, I think a little bit later, I had seen this video talking about how somebody had lost their father when they were around 6 or so, and them realized, describing how it was hard for them to recall moments of their, that they shared with their dad. And I remember hearing that and thinking, wow. At the time, my oldest son was about to be 7, and my youngest son was just like a month old, and I thought, dang, if I were to pass away tomorrow because of this silly little stick that I carry around with me all the time, my children, my oldest son would have a hard time remembering me. My youngest son would have no chance. And that really stuck with me. Like, my kids won't even be able to remember all these memories. Like, what? And so that was when, if you guys have seen any of my other videos, I was starting to get into that Y over X stage where I had the idea that I wanted to quit vaping, but I really hadn't tried and tested that idea through fear, which means it was just in the beginning, the honeymoon stage, right? It was easy. So I remember that first week I quit, I did every single thing that would be hard for somebody that, I'll explain later on, but somebody who smokes nicotine. I did all the things that trigger doing that. So that being said, I drank. I went and I was in a golf league, so I was playing golf, and the people I was playing against that week all smoked. This is something I used to do every week. I think I stayed up real late that night. It's just, I did all the things because I wanted to prove to myself that I wasn't not only quitting vaping, but that like I was able to make the true identity shift and I was no longer a vapor. And so then I did the hardest thing. I made a post about it. And I remember I made the post, I think 1 week into having quit nicotine. And I remember thinking to myself, dude, I was scared. And I started to have all those fears and those what ifs, like what if I do fail? What if I do, relapse and start vaping again? Or what if I do decide I want to hit, like really never, ever again? I can't have it ever. And these thoughts just keep going. What if, what if, what if, what if? But for some reason, and thankfully for some reason, I decided to make that post anyway. And I'll never forget, there's a dude named Trey who commented on my post and said, you don't want to be looking at this post a year from now with a pack of cigarettes or a vape in your hand. Stay blessed. And that really hit because I could see kind of the negative future of if I had failed, me reading that post when it pops up on my time hop, reading that post and being disappointed that that guy was right and that I did quit. And so I'll let you guys know if you're about to go on this journey or anybody who was an addict before and has quit already, it never really gets easier. Sure, I don't have the physical withdrawals like I did the first couple weeks where it was a true itch that I felt like had to be scratched. But it doesn't mean that the good memories that I had with the substance are gone. It doesn't mean the memories of having something to mindlessly hit while I was doing my work or whatever is gone, right? I still would vape, but one of the main things that held me back was that post because I made it, not because I care too much what other people think, but because I know that there's some people who may be looking up to me as inspiration. And I'll have you know, my own grandfather who has smoked for decades recently quit and has gone down to just using nicotine lozenges, and he told me that I'm his inspiration. So now I have all these people on my back, so to speak, to where when I go to, if I were to go break on my habit and relapse into my nicotine addiction, those people would pay the price too. And maybe you're not like me, but I have a hard time doing things just for myself. But once there's somebody else who will be affected negatively, that's different. I don't easily sleep with that. So I got some steps for you guys and tips. I want to summarize this whole thing and kind of give you guys something to walk away with. Number one, be real with yourself about the situation. I had to call myself an addict and live in that and know that this is something that, yes, is a permanent decision, but it's a permanent decision that will benefit me in the long run. Two, stay accountable. Maybe you don't need to go as far as making a public post if you're already somebody who doesn't really like to share your life, or if you think it's going to cause you unnecessary anxiety. But stay accountable with somebody in your life who's going to hold you to the fact that you said you were going to do these things. That person will fuel you in times when you're not feeling strong enough to do it. And number three, make sure to celebrate your progress as you go. During that first day, 3 days, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, I gave myself as many pats on the back as I possibly needed in order to feel good and keep feeling the momentum. Once I got to the momentum, I honestly had a hard time remembering what day it was, and I realized it had become just part of my natural life again to not be a smoker. And the bonus tip is keep going and know that you can do it. It is not impossible. And I know right now it feels like it's everything you need. It feels like it's helping your anxiety, but it's not. And I know that you can do it, and I believe in you. So I hope this video was valuable. If you're just here to watch my story and support, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning into these things and sharing this. If you know somebody in your life who's struggling and who wants to quit vaping or quit their nicotine addiction, send this to them. And if they need help, more so than just this video, they can reach out to me directly. But if that being said, I love you guys. Thank you for this amazing last year, and let's make 2024 an even better year. I got some super exciting plans coming up, and yeah, let's crush it. See you later.